Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful humans. My name's Hannah Banana, and I'm an artist. And today I'm working on a wood burning. I haven't done wood burning in about 5 years. And I recently decided, after having access to a laser engraver that does all this work for me with the click of a few buttons, I decided that I was going to go old school, go back to my roots a little bit. Unfortunately, I chose a piece of hardwood to do that. So this is not as effortless as I was hoping. And whether you pop in for a minute or watch the replay, I appreciate you. Good morning. Thanks for being in a moment of time with me. I hope you're having a beautiful experience wherever you are. If you feel so prompted, leave a comment, say hello, ask a question. Hi, Lost Man. Hi, Jan. Thanks for being here. This is a wood burning I started a few days ago. When I chose the piece of wood, I did not know it was hardwood. I do not recommend wood burning on hardwood. It's really not that easy. I have a heavy hand when I wood burn, and then this is just like significantly hard. So I am drawing with the wood burner. I guess you could say that that's correct. This is an image that I repeat often, so I have it in many different forms. If you check out my channel, you can see this particular heart being used in many different ways. So I took my original design, I transferred it onto the wood, and now I've been trying to create depth and layers. It's an anatomical heart. So I think it means something different to everybody. I definitely have a lot of attachment to this image. In my own experience and journey, I started painting them almost obsessively when my father had heart issues. So I've been painting hearts like this for probably 7 or 8 years. I rarely have my mic on when I do lives. I do a lot of my work in quiet sanctuary. So I appreciate you being here in this moment and interacting with me as I navigate a new way to connect with you all. Oh, there's no need to be sorry. He has had some surgeries and his heart is doing great. I appreciate you. How long does this process take? What a great question. I don't know if I have a solid answer to that. A little bit about me and my personal life. I have 5-year-old twins, so I work mostly on my art with a dedicated focus before they wake up. On that note, if I pop off real quick, it's probably because my kids woke up. So I started this, oh gosh, I think 2 or 3 days ago. If you go onto my channel and look, you'll find the video of when I started it. And I did a live the other day. So I've just been working on it for little bits. This is the wood burner that I'm using in the current tip. And I really like this wood burner because it has a knob to control the temperature setting. I have a fancier wood burner that I started to this piece with, but it just doesn't quite do what I wanted. And what I like about this burner is it's got all these different tips. Was I born in July? What an interesting question. I was, indeed. What month were you born in, my friend? All right. So eventually I'm going to get this to a point where I'm going to stop using the wood burner and I'm actually going to add in a light wash of paint, I think, to the heart itself. And getting to that point is not sure when I'm going to get to that point. It might be when I'm sick of wood burning. The thing about burning on hardwood is it's a lot of pressure on your hands. I have some softwood right here, which has got a painting January. Oh, winter baby. Okay, so this is a painting on wood with gouache and oil-based Rust-Oleum paint. So I'm pretty sure this is pine. I'm not. I'll show you the difference. So on softer wood, it just kind of glides and it burns really easily. You still have to apply pressure, but comparatively, like this, so back to the like, I don't have to, yeah, you have to really let it sit to get them work like that. Which I like those. Let me turn this back around. Apologize for the hardwood sound of flipping it over. It's probably loud in the mic. So with this piece of hardwood, I'm finding myself just like going over my lines a lot, trying to add in the depth and texture. I don't know if you can see the pressure that I'm putting on my finger. Or through my fingers. There we go. It's interesting to try to create art and respond to comments. This is a new thing. I'm usually on a muted mic, trying to remain a quiet little mouse. So I do really appreciate you interacting with me. If you like art, I post videos every day. I go live at least a couple of times a week. And the YouTube platform is where you'll see most of my content. It gets filtered out through the other social media platforms. I don't post quite as much. I have a goal to get to 2 million views and 3,000 subscribers. Last I checked, I was at 1.5 million and 2.2 subscribers. So yeah, I usually work on this until my hands get achy. This white line right here needs to be done. I'm pretty much almost done with my line work, so I'm probably gonna start adding paint. So once I add the paint in, I won't be able to go back in and wood burn without some funky science stuff happening. I love these letters. This is, if you didn't know, you can actually wood burn on leather. So this is like a leather piece. Before I became Hannah Banana, I made art as HEC Designs. So some of my older art has this brand on it, and this has just been hanging out. I don't know, maybe I'll make it into like a keychain. Metal punching stamps and rubber stamping. Ooh, that is so fun. I recently found some concrete letter stamps that I bought on clearance one day, and I don't know where they disappeared to. I am a dedicated obsessive creator, so my studio is filled with literal stacks of art. Can you hear that? It's like so hard. Ugh. I really wanted like a dark edge, dark contrast, so you can see I really dug in with the wood burner. I'm digging the dots. I feel like just a little bit more depth on the veins, and then I'm gonna probably unplug this burner for today. Happy Hallows Eve to you as well. Are you celebrating, and in what fashion? Meaning, how do you celebrate Halloween? If you do, are you going to dress up? Do you go trick-or-treating? I'm going to be doing a live tomorrow, dressed up as a banana, painting my mural at a community art space in Peterborough, New Hampshire. And I'm pretty excited about that. I own 3 different banana costumes, so I'm going to make my artist friends do it too. It should be fun. And then I'll shift gears out of work mode and into family mode. my fingers are sweating. Just to be real with you, though, like the pressure and the heat of this, like focus right here. Do you see how hard I'm pressing this into the hardwood? Never wood burn on hardwood. Make a better choice. Learn to identify your wood before you choose a project. And like, I went to like the craft store and got this piece of wood. Obviously, the tag or the label or something would have said, "Hey, this is hardwood." I didn't figure it out until I transferred my image. Let's see, still working here. You can see on the tip of my burner, there's like residue from the white paint marker that I used to do that. And I think it's kind of like mucking it up. And I don't obviously want to touch it and clean it right now because it's hot, guys. This thing is hot. This is a hot tool. I do, but let me see if I can. Oh yeah, there we go. Ooh, let's add some dots to this. Ready? Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. So this wood burner is by Walnut Hollow, which I picked up at Michael's probably like years ago. And what I love about it is all these tips. Oop, we got some extra stuff. What do we got here? Ooh, a butterfly. Does that resonate with anybody? Anybody like butterflies? It's like a super pretty butterfly. I don't know what it's doing in there. All right, let me set this. Always place your wood burner down on something metal so you don't catch anything on fire. All right, so, and some sea glass. That's not what I was trying to show you. So these are letters, different tips. You can almost tell which ones I've used more based on the color. This one's for shading. I don't use that one very often. And look at that one. That one's like brand new. It's such a cute little butterfly. I don't think that's going to go back in there. I think we're going to put that somewhere else. All right. Back to business. Oh, quick. I need to show you this cute little camel. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. So as an artist, I'm naturally a collector, and I collect things that may tickle my artsy fancy in the future. And every once in a while I find them. I feel like this could make a cool ornament. I don't know. Alright, I've been working on this for about 20 minutes. I'm thinking it's probably time to shift gears, switch gears. Which way makes more sense? Shift gears, switch gears. It all kind of sounds the same on your ears. This portal should be bigger. If you're tuning in, I'd love to hear from you in the comments section. Are you an artist? What do you like to make? You journal, do ink drawings, but you're more into books and coin collecting. Oh, very cool. I recently started watching some videos by this really famous sketchbook artist who does a lot of not really like tutorial videos, but he talks a lot about the power of keeping a sketchbook journal. And I actually started. Do you want to see some of my sketchbook drawings? So I started a new one. I have like bookshelves of, okay, my fingers really hurt. I'm going to shut that off. All right, let's see if I can set this up to show you. Usually if I do stuff in books, I've got my camera up on my ring light instead of where it is right now. So bear with me a moment. Someone donated this super beautiful handmade paper journal to me. And oh, this is going to be great. You're going to see what this heart looks like in different form. All right, sometimes I take down the edges because it's thick. Okay, so here's my first. This is the page of the sketchbook journal. This is the cover. Oh, let's see. There might be a note in here. Oh, no, I can't get it. I'm pretty sure it's actually just the back of the sticker, so I'm going to leave it like that. So this is the same heart image that I was just carving. And here it is again. I know this is not the best angle, but we're going to roll with it because I'm not going to move my camera. So this page is by my kids. And it says, let them be makers. They really wanted to add to my sketchbook. So these are all mixed media pages. This is definitely not the right camera setup to be sharing these the way I want to. So I mentioned earlier that I collect things that I might use in art later, and these felt butterflies I've had for a decade, and I just found them, and they matched the vibe of this page, so I stuck them in there. So each page is sort of like a double page. This is my elephant that I started working on. And it has these like super, I think I glued them in already, yeah. So these are made with liquid Sculpey. Have you ever tried that? It comes in like a squirt bottle. Oh, excuse me, I'm stretching. It comes in a squirt bottle and you like squirt it into molds and then you bake it in your oven at like a super low temp for a short amount of time. And another thing that I made probably years ago and then refound and used. Here's another piece of the liquid Sculpey. This side, this page is not done. So I just pick this up when I feel called. Sometimes I make art specifically with the intention of finding a home, of releasing it into the wild, finding a buyer. My sketchbook is a special place where it's really just for me. It's really just for practice to work through my ideas. So this is the sketch in my sketchbook. And this is the finished painting that I did. I actually did 3 paintings with this same elephant idea. So this is a mixed media piece. I don't know. There we go. I can adjust my camera. Sorry, folks. If you're tuning in now, if you're tuning in later, I appreciate you. Thanks for being in a moment of time. I rarely have my mic unmuted when I do YouTube lives, so it's been fun to interact with you. Thank you for being here. This one, I haven't decided if it's finished or not. It's like much more simple. This piece sold. So this piece I did it in 24 hours. It's like super committed and very focused on it. And it sold to one of my collectors within a 24-hour period, which naturally inspired me to do more. So that some of my other followers might have a chance to see or buy it. Let's see what else we got going on in here. Okay, this is obviously far from done, but I did some time-lapse videos yesterday or the day before. This bear was painted in with acrylic, and then I did a gouache wash over it, and then we get to blank page land. So lots of possibilities. Oh, just kidding. Found one more. This is a clip from a vintage book. I can't remember what it's called. It had something to do with garbage. It was like a poetry book. And I cut it out and I added to it. All right. So did you have a favorite page? Let me know. This is something I cut out of a coloring book page, and then I used gouache to paint it. Obviously not done. Let's see. I got my cup of coffee here, which is definitely gone cold. Alright, I think this is what we're going to do. I'm going to be ending this very soon, and I'm going to refocus before my kids wake up. Alright, we're going to make a decision. Thank you for helping me with this decision. I have this little bit of wet paint here left from something I was working on before I jumped on here, and we don't want to waste that, right? We don't want to waste paint. I'm going to attempt to do a very light wash. I can hear my kiddos waking up downstairs, and I love when my intuition is spot on. I said a couple minutes ago, or seconds ago, time is weird. I recently said, there we go, that I would be logging off soon, and that time The time is now. If you've enjoyed your moment with me, click that subscribe button, hit a thumbs up. Reach out to your favorite artists, show them some love, give them some support. I think most artists are empathetic, and energy right now can be kind of weird out there. So just give them some love. Thanks for being in a moment with me. I hope you have a beautiful day. Blessings.